If I hit my kid or push my kid or let my kid get hit by another kid in a backyard fisticuff and don't stop it, it's called abuse, and you get your child taken away. You can't even imagine hitting your kid or concussing your own kid, and we cheer it on every Friday night and every Saturday. You'd never say, I'm going to sign my kid up for an activity where he's going to take 500 blows to the head. If you play football, you will get a concussion. It's not if, it's when, and it's how bad.
Everybody right now in today's world, and rightfully so, they're very conscious of the concussions. I think now is the safest time to play this game because everybody's aware of what's going on and the new techniques that are giving. It's not just run out there and run into somebody as fast as you can. It's teaching them proper technique, how to break down, how to get their head up, how to keep their head out of the tackle. You know, the things that the kids were coached to do in the 80s and 90s are not coached now.
Butkus was the most destructive defender in the game. And the NFL is filled with horror stories of tough men who crossed him.
I would advise the parents in Clark County with their children is to take a deep breath when their youngsters want to play, maybe from Pop Warner on up, and just let them play to have fun rather than putting pressure on them that they should be the best and they're going to play in the pro ranks someday, because the chances of that are 1 in a billion.
It was our final game of the year that I was playing, and there was a pass to the fullback coming out of the backfield, and he was going for the first down, and I said to myself, well, I got to hit this guy high. If I hit him low, he's going to fall forward and get the first down. And so I hit him with my face mask in his shoulder pad. My face and chin went down and in like that, and so paralyzed then since. My whole life was centered around, I wanted to play college football. I did not want to be the poster boy for football injury. Mostly moms, and they'd come and put their arm around me and whisper in my ear, can you tell my son not to play football? And I would say, absolutely not. My accident was a fluke accident. It could happen to anyone at any time playing ball, and I'm not going to say that. When my son was old enough to play, I started with the Clark County Youth Football, CCYF, and I coached for the next 3 years as a head coach. After coaching for 3 years, I withdrew my son from the game. He's had a couple of really bad headaches over the last 3 or 4 years. It's always happened when he's carrying the ball. It always happens when he gets hit in the face. You don't have an unlimited amount of times you can get hit. And so why would you put your kid at risk? I'm having a real tough time. I don't know for sure if he's going to play next year or ever.
Clark County Youth Football is the county's only affiliated heads-up through USA Football heads-up program. We're an affiliated league, and to get that affiliation, every coach must go through the training. And that means we have over 300 people each year go through that. It is the best thing that has happened to youth football in the last 20 years. And that's an extension of the NFL, making the game safer for everybody that plays it. CCYF goes second graders through eighth graders, boys and girls. We get a few concussions every year. This year, 2013 season, confirmed concussions out of our roughly 1,500 kids is about 8 concussions. Our league policy is, as well as with the LISTAT law, if you show a concussion symptom, you are removed, whether it's practice or the game, and you have to be cleared by one of the 5 people outlined in the law to return to practice or play.
What do these kids know? Can an 8 or 9 or 10-year-old say, yeah, I understand all the risks and I'm gonna go for it? Probably not, right? Do you have a concussion? No, I'm good, coach, right? But when you ask them, well, do you have a headache? Well, yeah. Are you a little dizzy? Well, yeah, I'm a little nauseous. From what I've read, only 10% of the concussions are even diagnosed or reported. Dr. Cantu, who's now the head concussion guy for the NFL, says that he doesn't believe folks should play before they're 13 or 14.
I was at a high school playoff game just last weekend, and a local team here is playing a team out of Seattle, and a player went down. Both teams took a knee. The crowd went dead silent. And as soon as the player got up, everybody got up and cheered. So I really think it's a respect thing. And I'm glad that it's in the sport of football, because it shows people that it isn't just this big, tough guy, rock'em sock'em game. These are kids out there having fun, and they do care about their opponent as well as their teammate. It's not, am I gonna get a concussion? It's when, and it doesn't matter what sport. Girls volleyball, which I recently learned at a World Football Summit through USA Football, that was the leader, was girls volleyball. As football usually is not even in the top 5. Football is lower, 6, 7, 8, depending on which study you look for. And I don't care if it's football or any other sport. A parent should do their homework, investigate their league, and are they taking all the proper precautions that it takes to keep kids safe?
I have done quite a bit of research on the topic of concussions, which shouldn't be called concussions. I mean, let's call them what they are, and they're traumatic brain injuries. Would I take the same risks again to play football? I would accept the risk, I think, in terms of breaking my neck and tweaking the knee and doing whatever else we as football players go through. In terms of the risk for concussions and those secondary or cumulative effects, I have to pause and I say I probably wouldn't play because of that, looking through my adult glasses. And I've watched hours and hours and hours of youth football and high school football, and I've not once seen a flag thrown for someone hitting another kid in the head with their helmet. They don't call that. They're gonna call every hold. Well, we're all patting ourselves on the back for changing the rules, boys. We're not doing anything about it.
Do you feel that the game is safer today?
I won't say it's safer. I mean, we're getting probably just as many injuries, but I can understand they're trying to make it safer. You can only do so much for the rules to try to keep the game, the integrity of the game. It's, when's it going to end with the rules? You'll have a totally different game.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.